Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So, another spectacular performance from Gervonta Tank Davis. Knocks out Ryan Garcia in 7 rounds. Spot on for the prediction that we did here on the channel. And, it was a great turnout. The place was packed. I think the pay-per-view numbers are going to be really good. Again, in this climate, I think we're looking at anywhere between 400 to 600,000. If it exceeds that, then that's, exceeding expectations. A great performance by Tank, man. He was in Tank fashion, as we seen over the last few fights, where he's been, very patient, very strategic, very economical, not wasting any punches, making every shot count when he do throw, waiting for a guy to make a mistake. Tank Davis is one of those guys who has mastered being able to balance the punching power with precision, with the boxing ability. And I think that's one of the things that make Tank Davis so difficult to beat, is because he's not a guy that you can put in the box. He's not a one-dimensional fighter. He's not just a power puncher. He's not just a boxer. He's not just an athletic guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a thinking man in the ring. Tank Davis is, again, this goes back to the attribute ratings that I gave fighters when I did the top 10 pound for pound a couple of years ago. And I broke down. I'm going to bring that shit back too, so be on the lookout. I rated the top 10 pound for pound guys. Then I did an honorable mention with DEVIN Haney. Just so happened, this was, 3 years ago, something like that? I think like 2 years ago. And honorable mention was DEVIN Haney because he wasn't in my top 10 pound for pound at the time, but Tank Davis was. And I had Tank Davis rated higher than anybody. He wasn't number one, but his ratings, his individual ratings and overall ratings were higher than anybody. That lets you know how much I think about Tank Davis. And he continues to prove me correct as I see him more in the ring, as I see him continue to develop more, as I see him become more confident, as I see him just step further into his prime and into his peak. So with all that being said, man, great performance. Ryan Garcia, we can say what we want to say. I've been very critical of Ryan Garcia for good reason. He done dropped out of fights that I wanted to see him in. I really wanted to see how he looked versus JoJo Diaz. Dropped out of that fight. I really wanted to see how he was going to look versus DEVIN Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to see those fights. And, Ryan Garcia was on some bullshit at the time. But you know what? He stepped up this time. Went in there, got him a bag. And he didn't, he got stopped. But I ain't going to say that he folded. I ain't going to say that he quit. I ain't going to, he got stopped. It happens. He got stopped. But, Ryan Garcia, he went in there and he fought. He fought, man. I can't say that he fought scared, or he fought. So I'm going to give Ryan Garcia credit for that. But again, all that being said, man, we got another fight coming up May 20th. It just so happened to be the undisputed champion of the world at lightweight. The man with all the belts. You feel me? The young phenom. The young champion. 24 years old, Devin the Dream Haney. Taking on a legacy fight. Fighting a guy in Lomachenko who is currently on most mainstream platforms still ranked top 10 in the pound for pound. A guy fighting Lomachenko who only has 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? Who's a multi-division champion. You feel what I'm saying? A guy that DEVIN Haney has been chasing down for years. A guy that's been chasing Tank Davis down for years. Yet DEVIN Haney is fighting him next, May 20th. And it's a real fight. Not a foregone conclusion. It ain't no guarantee that Devin Haney gonna win this fight. Motherfuckers can say Lomachenko, oh, well, he's younger than Terrence Crawford. Yet you say Terrence Crawford is still in his prime and you pushing for the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, but Loma old though. Come on, man. And Loma got less fights than Terrence Crawford. So if Loma younger than Terrence Crawford and got less fights, how is he any more out of his prime than Terrence Crawford is right now? Come on. And he's been fighting way better competition than Terrence Crawford. And he way more battle tested than Terrence Crawford. But yet, and this ain't no smear campaign on Terrence Crawford. I'm making a point. You can't say Terrence Crawford is still in his prime and you think he gonna beat Earl the True Spence Jr., but then you saying Lomachenko, who is younger than Terrence Crawford with less fights, who got a way better resume, is any less of a challenge for a young fighter like Devin Haney, who's 24 years old, who ain't never fought nobody like Lomachenko before, ever. Come on, bro. Y'all got to start thinking about the bullshit that y'all be saying. But Devin Haney is different. So I understand why people think Devin Haney is going to win. I think Devin Haney is going to win. I thought Devin Haney was going to win 2 or 3 years ago when he was on Lomachenko bumper trying to make the fight. But, you know, the time is now. So with that being said, Devin Haney got work to do. He got to get past Lomachenko. So I'm not going to be too heavy on the Tank and Devin talk until after May 20th. I have to set the stage with this video now, just so motherfuckers can, like, we have to set the stage. There is only one fight next for Tank Davis if Devin Haney wins. That's Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney. That's the next fight. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing else. That's the fight. This fight just got even bigger with the performance that Tank Davis put on, you know, not disappointing with the eyes that he had on him. Tank Davis will be a household name now. Tank Davis is the face of boxing now. He's the most popular guy in the sport. He's the talk of the town right now. Devin Haney is the undisputed champion of the world, about to fight Lomachenko, which is going to be a big victory if he can pull that off, on ESPN with all the eyes on him. Big shit. Big shit. ESPN pay-per-view, ain't it? Big shit. It's big shit, man. It's big shit. So Devin Haney go out there and put on a great performance like I think he will and like I think he can. I was kind of disappointed that Tank Davis didn't call out Devin Haney's name after the fight in the ring. It's cool. But I know Devin Haney will say that man's name and come direct with it. You know, but I don't want to hear about no other fights. Devin Haney beats Lomachenko. I want to see Tank versus Dev. These two, we talking about the undisputed champion in the division and the biggest name in the sport. Both guys in the same division. That fight needs to happen. Nobody else is a priority. We talking about the man with all the belts and the man with all the clout. That's the fight. And stylistically, it's a great fucking fight. It's the classic. I wouldn't even say classic, because it's even more complex than that. It's even more intriguing than the classic Bull versus Matador fight, because Tank ain't no fucking he ain't no bull. He ain't no guy that's just coming forward mindlessly and recklessly. This is gonna be a high level chess match with a hint of fucking devastation. The devastation coming from Tank Davis' side. And you know, as boxing, anything can happen. You never know what type of punch Devin Haney can land that, you know, cause some trouble. But Tank Davis is a highly skilled fighter with one-punch knockout power in both hands. Devin Haney is a highly skilled outboxer, a pure pugilist, and great defense. You know, great foot movement, athleticism, both guys got it. Hand speed, both guys got it. Counter punching, both guys got it. It's going to be a high-level chess match with a hint of destruction. And that's going to be the most intriguing part. Can Devin Haney go 12 rounds? I saw some shit that I liked. that, you know, that Devin Haney can take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? I think Devin Haney, I'm not saying that he will, but I think he can make it 12 without getting caught with something devastating. And if he can make it 12 without getting caught with something devastating, I like Devin Haney's. I like his chances to win on the cards. You know, keeping an economical Tank Davis guessing with the jab. If he can keep Tank from taking that motherfucker away, keeping them guessing with the jab, giving them angles, giving them foot movement, giving them lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? Giving them pivots, tying them up when Tank get too reckless or when Tank get a little bit too wild on the inside. You know, if he get too close for comfort, tie his ass up a little bit, get him up off of you, and stick that jab on him again. You know, Tank a southpaw, bring that straight right behind it. Be precise. Make every punch count. Use that jab as a range finder. You know what I'm saying? And keep moving. Keep moving. You feel what I'm saying? Keep Tank at bay as much as you can. You know he gonna throw some hot shit, and you gotta be ready to duck and dodge and get your hands up. If one of them motherfuckers, you know, land on the glove or something, you gotta make sure Devin Haney gonna be sharp. He gonna be sharp. He gonna have to be to compete with Tank. And I think Devin Haney got everything it takes to beat Tank Davis, and Tank Davis got everything it takes to beat Devin Haney. Tank Davis got all the power in the world. Devin Haney ain't never been dropped. Never been dropped. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's getting stronger and stronger. One other thing I want to talk about. I want to see that fight at 135 with all the belts. But because it's Tank Davis, somebody who's fought at 140 before, I think 140 is an option. I'll leave that up to the fighters. That's up to them. But me personally, I would like to see the fight at 135 for all the belts. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, this is what the sport needs. Devin Haney versus Tank Davis is the only fight that's next. That's the only fight that's next. That's the only fight that's next, man. You know? I know it's a lot of people out there, man. You know, Devin Haney, he don't got no power. He boring. Styles, keep in mind, styles make fights. Styles make fights. If y'all thought y'all was on pins and needles watching Tank versus Ryan, imagine how that shit gonna be when you got two equally skilled guys. Take the power out. You got two equally skilled guys on the highest level of the sport in there playing mental gymnastics and strategizing and saying who gonna make the first mistake. And, you know, let's see who really got that dog in them. Because I think Tank and Dev both got that dog. Dev willing to go out on his shield. And I think Tank is too. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. How y'all feeling about the state of boxing right now and what we got next up in the lightweight division? Tank Davis and Devin Haney, what y'all think about that matchup? Did y'all see anything last night versus Ryan Garcia that gave you any insight on what a Tank Davis and Devin Haney fight would look like? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holla at y'all boys, man.